Alright, Shalom, giving all praise and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom to Akim that be pushing this word around the globe in faith and in truth and with sincerity. As always, I start by saying we are the real Hebrew Israelites. The real Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians and West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to get Israelites that may look like the other nations. Because Israel has been scattered amongst all people throughout our various captivities, so therefore we're going to look like all people. However, if your seed line, which is your nationality, by your line of your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible named Israel, then you too are an Israelite no matter what you may look like. Because Numbers 1 and 18 tells us that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. And as Israel has been scattered amongst all people, you're going to get Israelites looking like all nations. This is all about the spirit and the seed, because your seed line determines who your forefathers were and who your nationality goes back to. So with that being said, I want to get into today's lesson, and I want to talk about simple jakes, two-third reprobate jakes in the world, because every time I see them, I kind of get annoyed because they seem to have this folly spirit on them, where they're always laughing and joking, and everything's a game, and everything's a joke. That's the spirit of these two-third jakes. Now, on the screen, I've got an image from the film RoboCop from 1987. Great film, one of my favourites. And in the film, you've got this character here in the middle, one of Clarence Bodica's henchmen. I think his name's Joe or something. This Jake in the middle here wearing a beret, holding a shotgun. And in the film, for those of you who have seen it, he's always laughing. Like, everything's a joke and everything's like just another punchline to him. In the film, he's constantly laughing throughout the course of the film. Quite an annoying character, but I was thinking about that, and I think that's the spirit of these two-third Jakes that are in the world. They've got this same spirit on them, this folly and mirth spirit where everything's a joke and everything's a game and everything's a party and nothing is serious, and they're very simple. Now, to give some backstory to this story I'm telling, some edification. Basically, what happened is after I was making my way home from camp yesterday, I had quite a long journey. I had to take a train and a bus, underground and a bus. And as I was on the underground, I got off and I had to stop off in Westfield Shopping Centre. So went into the shopping centre, and it was kind of packed with these Jakes who were young and simple, both male and female, and they were all like cavorting and playing games and being stupid and acting stupid and looking stupid essentially. And I saw them, and I was walking along. A group of them were walking towards me, and I was walking in a straight line. And I thought to myself, "Here you are. You're walking in a group of like maybe 6 or 7 strong, and you're occupying a whole walkway. How's anybody supposed to get past?" So me, my kind of spirit is quite like, I don't really take no nonsense. So I just kept walking in a straight line, and I walked straight towards them. And eventually, at the last minute, they had to like separate because I was gonna walk straight through them basically. And I heard one of the Jake girls going, "Oh my god," or some stupid shit like that. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Because I basically walked straight towards them and didn't turn to the left nor to the right. Shouldn't have had to. I'm one person and there's 7 of them walking towards me. It's a ridiculous situation. So I clocked that. I didn't respond to it or anything. I did what I needed to do. Came out of the shopping centre, went to the bus stop, waited for the bus. And as I was waiting for the bus, I saw another group of Jakes sitting around eating McDonald's, talking shit, laughing and joking and being stupid. And I thought, man, when are you Jakes gonna get it, man? When are you gonna grow up? When are you gonna grow up? Because these are like, they must have been like 17, 18, 19, I don't know, but that's old enough to like not be always laughing and joking like everything's a game. That's why I can't stand hanging around with Jake in the world, man. Even before this truth, I never used to roll with too many well, I should say Southern Kingdom Jakes, to be honest. I didn't really roll with many because a lot of them were in this folly, stupid mirth spirit, and that's totally adverse to my spirit. So anyway, I got on the bus, and these Jakes got on, and they, as they always do, it's like they're following some kind of program where they always go upstairs and sit at the very back of the bus, top deck, back seats. That's where Jake always sits. I don't know what it is, man. It's like These Jake behave like NPCs in a video game. For those of you who don't know what an NPC is in a video game, an NPC is a non-playable character. Now, these non-playable characters, like for example, if you play an RPG, they're always going to be standing in the same spot, like in a shop or in the street. And when you talk to them, they've probably only got about 5 different lines of dialogue until they cycle around next to the original pattern of their dialogue loop. And that's how these two-third Jake in the world are. It's like it's like they're almost on a program where they can't get deep, they can't get serious, they can't get mature, they can't get wisdom, they can't get the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai. They're just ignorant and stupid, and everything is a game. And while Esau's plotting their destruction, they're there laughing, joking, and partying and being stupid. Now, it didn't end there. I was on the bus, and then another group of young Jakes got on the bus, and it's the same spirit was on them. I mean, when I looked in these Jakes' eyes, their eyes were just dull. And when they talked, it's like, yeah, man, yeah, that's real fam, man. Yeah, she's on that thing, innit? And their dialogue is so low level. They're all so low level. And it just makes me sick. And as I say, I liken it to the character, as you can see on the screen here, in this Robocop film. It's like, as I say, everything was a game, fun and games and folly and mirth. And it's all going to be like that until their destruction cometh, and their destruction's coming soon. So let me get some scriptures for edification's sake. I've done enough talking. So the scriptures I'm going to start with is Proverbs 14 and 13. And this reads, even in laughter the heart is sorrowful, and the end of mirth is heaviness. But these Jake in the world don't know this, man. They don't know this. Let me read that again. Proverbs 14 and 13. Even in laughter the heart is sorrowful, and the end of mirth is heaviness. So let's get another scripture. We're going to get Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and 2. This book of Ecclesiastes, I'm going to start from 2 and 1 actually. I said in mine heart, go now, and I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and what of mirth? What doeth it? It's ridiculous. The end of joy is sorrow, and mirth is only for a moment. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 3. Let me start from verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by sadness the countenance... Salakia. Let me read that again. Let me start from Ecclesiastes 7 and 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools, Salakia, is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. As for crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This also is vanity. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and this gift destroyeth the heart. And these Jakes, they don't have no wisdom because they don't understand that they're living in oppression. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and 19. It's like a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry. No, it's like a wrong scripture. I didn't want that one. Salakia. So let's like it. That's the wrong scripture. You get Proverbs 1 and 20. Right, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 20. It says, Wisdom crieth out, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long will ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye have refused, I have stretched out mine hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would have none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity, I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Yahweh. They would have none of my counsel, and despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth to me shall dwell in safety, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Proverbs chapter 8. Proverbs 8 and 1. Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of high places, by the way, in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming of the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and the wickedness is an abomination to my lips. For all the words of my mouth are in righteousness, and there is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way and a forward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom, I am understanding, I have strength. For by me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, even the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honour are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. I lead in the way of righteousness in the midst of the paths of judgment, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I will fill their treasures. Yahweh possessed me in the beginning of his way before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth, and when there were no fountains abounding with water, before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world, when he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set the compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave the sea to his decree, that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the fountains of the earth, foundations of the earth. Then I was by him, as one brought up with him, and I was his daily delight, rejoicing always before him, rejoicing in the habitable part of the earth. My delights were with the sons of men. Now therefore hearken unto me, O you children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favour with Yahweh. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. And that's basically you 2/3 Jakes, man. You all love death because you hate wisdom. Now I want to get one more precept about the wise virgins. lucky, you know what? There's more precepts I can bring out on this topic. Let me do it. I'm gonna go to Proverbs 9. It says, "Wisdom hath builded her house, she hath hewn her 7 pillars. She hath killed her beasts, she hath mingled her wine, she hath also furnished her table. She hath set forth her maidens, she crieth upon the highest places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith unto him." Let me read that again. "Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding." Man, that's a heavy precept, man. Proverbs 9 and 6. "Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he shall be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. For by me the days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself, but if thou scornest, thou alone shalt bear it." Yeah. "A foolish woman is clamorous, she is simple and knoweth nothing. For she sitteth at the door of her house on a seat in the high places of the city, to call passengers who go right on their ways. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, Stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell." In the depths of a bad condition. Proverbs 10 and 1, quick precept. "The Proverbs of Solomon, a wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is heaviness to his mother." Proverbs 10 and 8. "The wise in heart shall receive commandments, but a prattling fool shall fall." Ridiculous, man. Proverbs 10 and 13. "In the lips of him that hath understanding wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction." Proverbs 10 and 20. The tongue of the just is as choice silver, but the heart of wicked is little worth." "The lips of the righteous may feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom." Proverbs 10 and 23. "It is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom." Now I want to get the account of the virgins. This is Matthew the 25th chapter. "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. When the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. And the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in to meet him in the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. For the So basically, that's an interesting parable for the wise and the foolish, because now's the time to get this truth. Now's the time to study the scriptures, to study to shew thyself approved, to learn the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and have hope of salvation. Because when Yahushua comes on the chariots to redeem his elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3, a lot of these foolish jakes are going to be going, "Oh, help us, please, come on, we want to get on the chariot, help us." And we're going to be like, "Well, no, go to those that buy. So go to those that sell and buy your own oil." Now the oil is a metaphor for this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And you're not going to be, when the chariots appear in the sky, it's going to be too late to ask for breakdowns on, Matthew 25, such as this, or other precepts. It's going to be too late. You wasted your time. And then when you find the knowledge and you try and come to the chariot to get in, Yahweh's going to be like, I know you not. Not everybody that says Lord, Lord shall be saved. And in fact, 2/3 of Israel is destined to be destroyed. So, that's the point right there. So that's the lesson. With that, giving all praise and all glory unto Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem HaChodesh, that will honest to the elders and apostles, a great millstone of all well. And shalom to all you Arkim that we push this word around the globe in faith and in truth and in sincerity. And until the next lesson, I say shalom.